Yep, it's going.
All right. So today I'm going to talk about pulling the slack out of a deadlift bar. How to get tight before you pull, being patient before you pull, whatever you want to call it. You hear it coined many different things. But all it is it's just a cue to get you to pre-tension your body and to slowly add tension to this bar so that when you pull it, you don't jerk yourself out of position and you don't shock your body or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? So when you think about a deadlift, a lot of people, they have very fast pulls off the floor and then they get right about mid-thigh, right above the knee, and they fail there. And a lot of times that is due to poor positioning. And most of the time, poor positioning is a result of poor setup. Rushing the setup, not taking your time, and just trying to muscle fuck everything. Which, if you had to do that on a lift, the conventional deadlift is the one that seems to get away with it the most. With that being said, most of the guys that are pulling the biggest plates are very efficient pullers, very efficient at using every muscle in their body. And that's one of the reasons that the deadlift is so hard to master for most people, is because as opposed to the squat or the bench, you do not have that negative portion. You don't have that phase of the lift where you're able to take the bar out or unrack and kind of get used to it and let your body absorb that pressure and tension. With a deadlift, you essentially go from, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're gonna go from standing here relaxed to literally yanking the bar. And what that looks like is you'll see the guys, they'll come up here, they'll get nice and set, probably have some big extravagant deadlift set up so that everybody thinks they're fucking cool, and then they're gonna go down and they're just gonna, all right? Now, as you can see, it didn't look terrible. It's only 315 though, but even with that, you could see the shock that it added to my body. My shoulders got pulled forward just a hair. I got pushed over on my toes just a little bit, and my hands went from 0 to 315 pounds or more because I picked it up, right? We don't want that. It's a good way to rip your calluses off. It's a good way to rip yourself out of position and all kinds of things. So what you have to do is you got to learn to tension your body before you grab this bar and then apply that tension to the bar rather than trying to just yank it up off the ground. So something that's kind of cool about a deadlift bar, all right, you see that flex. The bar actually comes up into the steel and then the actual steel itself flexes. All right, so when that happens, as you can see, it goes up, but it snaps back down as well. So when you come up and you grab this bar and you go from here to, bam, as fast as you can, it's gonna snap and it's gonna shock you back down. So in order for us to attempt to fight that, we're gonna tension and add it to the bar slowly. I'm gonna take all my air in, I'm gonna pack my lats in, I'm gonna flex my quads, squeeze my glutes, pack my neck back, take my air, then I'm gonna go down and grab the bar. And what I'm gonna do from that position, before I ever lower my hips down to the bar, I'm going to apply upwards and backwards pressure with my upper back and my shoulders, head, and neck, not my legs, right? So watch as the bar comes up. You're gonna hear the metal clink one time and you won't hear it again until I start the process over to show you. So, see that? Head up, back, upper back up. This is not the legs. Once you have reached that, you then have to pull yourself down into the ground with your hip flexors to where that the bar reaches the shins, and then you push. And this is where when you deadlift, you have to push the earth away and pull the bar back at the same time. And that's one of the hardest things to make your body do, to push one and pull the other. So once you do though, get that locked in. Step 2, pull your knees down. Step 3, push the earth away while not losing any of the tension that you built from here. So, okay, one more time, kind of slow. Rather than never hear that second clean. The bar goes up, the bar flexes, the bar stays there, and then you pull.